President America with the national anthem.
All right, clock shows 3:48 till kickoff. It is youth football and cheer night. So we had the cheer clinic this week. We have all these young ladies ready to cheer for the Hornets night. So always a good crowd on youth football night as the Hornets host the Cashahall Commandos here tonight. All right, we got the captains coming onto the field. Whole senior class. So it looks like Gomez, Henderson, Nowlin, and Tanner, the four captains. Of course, you probably caught that Adam Mateer's twin brother Lincoln is standing in his place as the honorary captain, and he took the field with the Hornet captain. So really nice moment in a tough time for the Mateer family. And the Hornets won the toss, it looks like. All right, let's see what the official proclamation is here for the Hornets. All right, so the Hornets will go east. And let's see who gets the ball first. Hornets are going to receive. So, Vinita will start out with the ball, heading from west to east. Great job by the captains. Looks like they got what the coach wanted, so we're going to see if we can start out with a little ball control. So fun. All right, great job. And, of course, we got the whole youth football program out here. An army of little cheerleaders. I saw them all week long at the high school. And after school, the Vinita High School cheerleaders were doing such a good job with them. If you sent your child, granddaughter, niece, whoever, to the cheer clinic, at least from what I saw, they were getting a lot of great mentorship out of it, a real good time, and just a positive experience for everybody. And, of course, they're having a great time tonight down on L.P. Williams Field here at Memorial Stadium in Vinita, America. We got enough people tuning in that if somebody wants to comment that the audio is good, let me know. Here come the Hornets. There you go. And the Little League Hornets are going to take the field with them. Really neat. They're pumped up. Great job. All right, appreciate it. Thanks for the confirmation on the audio. All right, we got a tough one today. The University of Cassia Hall Commandos are here. Anytime the Tulsa Privates come to town, you know, you're in for a battle. They're always going to have a ton of talent. And I guarantee you they got some kid who can kick the ball about 70 yards. Never met a private school that didn't have a good kicker, so I'm sure they got about 5 of them. Okay, so we're about to kick off. The Hornets are going to receive. The angles from our vantage point are a little tough. You'll notice we have a little tilt in the tripod system. It's the only way we can get it out the window and get a good view. So you'll just have to bear with us, depending on, hopefully the Hornets will take over around the 30 and it'll be great. So either way, we're going to bring you the action here. Glad to have you all with me tonight. It's another beautiful night in Vinita, America. It's just getting late enough in the year that the sun is setting before the game. If you could make a September ball game, September home game, I'm telling you, the sunsets down here at the stadium are just spectacular. And it was another good one here today. All right, so the Commandos are going to kick to the Hornets. And we're going to get this thing underway. The Hornet trainers have the Gatorade ready to roll. I see 4 of them. The question is, are they all the same? That's what I always wondered. Oh, here we go. It's short to Pogue. He's dangerous. Sticks his nose in there. It's going to get to about the 33-yard line, so that's where the Hornets will take over. So, wasn't a particularly impressive kick. Low and not real deep. Taken by the up man, Isaiah Pogue, and returned to the 32-yard line. That's where the Hornets will take over on the first drive of the day. So the Hornets, from what I know, are pretty healthy. It's a handoff up the middle. And that's the Hornet junior, Colby Vargas, who has really come on the last 2 weeks for the Hornets in the run game. And if the Hornets are going to be in a ball game here tonight, then you're going to see a heavy dose of number 7. And then we're going to back that up with Jamison Williams, the sophomore. So We definitely have our power running formation in. That time didn't go anywhere. So up front, you got to account for everybody if you're going to be a ground and pound. That time, there was some penetration right in the middle of the line, and there was nowhere for Colby to go. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 at the 35-yard line. So early 3rd down for the Hornets. Looks like a passing situation, so let's see what the Hornets senior quarterback, Trey Tanner, can do here on his first attempt. He's got a man, little high. Oh, and he was hit hard. That's Zayden Allen. If that was college or the NFL, they might have been checking that one because there was a launch to the head for sure. High school, they still going to try to protect the kids, but they aren't quite as zealous on calling every little thing on that. So they said it was a clean play. There's the snap. Good rush. A little bit off the side of his foot. Let's see what kind of bounce it gets. It's tempting for the commando returner. And he's going to be stacked up at the 44. They're going to give him 45. The referees like to give a spot straight on the yard line to start. That way it's 10 even yards. And so if it's close, they're going to put it right on the yard marker. And that's what they do. They gave him forward progress to the 45. It's frustrating when they give him a whole yard, you know, when you easily see him stacked up at the 43, 44, and then all of a sudden, magically, the other team has the ball in the 45. That time, it was fair. It gave him probably gave him a half-yard boost. There's a swing pass. Tough catch. That one was a little low, and the running back coming across really made a difficult catch. He ended up only picking 3 yards up there. So 2nd and 7 for the Commandos. Early in the game, 10-14 to go in the first quarter. 0-0. Both teams have had the ball now. This is the Commandos' first drive of the day. They've got 3 men in the backfield. So it's power running formation. It's a pitch and nothing doing. That was a combination of DJ Smith and Jamison Williams, sophomores on the edge, and nothing doing. Loss of 2. And it's 3rd and 9. So great job by the Hornets there. And the Commandos are fast. So you saw right there an attempt to pitch the ball and get to the edge. All right, here comes. See if they got a quarterback that can throw. He swings it out there. He's got it. He's got to pick up a lot on his own. He's going to get to the 49-yard line, maybe 50. There's a penalty. Let's see what they're going to discuss here. Penalty was thrown over on the Commando sideline. Let's see. This is going to be a big call. If it's against the Commandos, the Hornets will be in a great position with a 4th and 5 for Cash Hall at the 50-yard line. Trevor Moss says it's against Cash Hall. You got to think Coach Tanner would probably decline early in the game. They're going to pick it up. No penalty. So they waved it off. That's fine for the Hornets. 4th and 5. We probably would have declined it anyway if it was against Cassia. Let's see if they send out the punt formation. They're going to keep the offense on the field. Let's see. Is this a go formation or is this one of those quick kicks? Let's find out. They're going to see if we can get them to jump. Try to get the Hornets to jump. Trying to get the Hornets to jump. Coach sends something in. 9 on the play clock. They're going to snap it. Here we go. Hornets have a chance to stop him early. Let's see what happens. He's got a man and a first down. There just wasn't any pressure on that. He had all day long. And finally, the coverage broke down, and the Commandos were able to pick it up. That one hurts. The Commandos really aggressive early here with that play call. See if we can get a slightly different angle here for you guys. As long as I have time to adjust it, I think I can get us a little better angle. There's a... Oh, boy, that was to nobody. The receiver slipped. So it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line on a big 4th down pickup. They got 20. They only needed 5. Commandos are in business here on the first drive of the day. 2nd and 10, though. Try to tighten in a little bit here. All right, there's a handoff up the middle. He breaks a tackle. He's going to pick up 5. So the Hornets had a hand on him. They ended up giving him 6. So it's 3rd and 4, and you got to think they're in 4-down territory here. So the Hornets have their hands full here trying to prevent. There's a pass. Let's see what happens. It's caught right at the 20. Forward progress. Boy, it's going to be real close. Where are they going to spot it? They're going to measure. They had it. He's going to set it down right on the 20-yard line. It's going to be a first down. He walked it. I don't think I've... Oh, they're calling it 4th down. So they must have needed just past the 20. They put the nose of the football on the 20, so they literally have to pick up about an inch. All right, here we go. 4th down. Did we get penetration? It's a handoff. They got the edge, and they got more. He's all the way to the 5-yard line. So another 4th down pickup here on the opening drive of the game. Really nice blocking by the Commandos. No penetration for the Hornets on that play. And 7:37 and counting to go in the first quarter. It's 0-0, but the Commandos are threatening on the Hornet 5-yard line. All right, there's a handoff up the middle. He's stacked up, but he kept the pile churning, and he did pick up a 2. So he was stacked up behind his own lineman. The Hornet interior was holding their ground, but nobody had a hand on the ball carrier. And so he was able to keep churning his legs and pick up 2 yards. So it's going to be 2nd goal at the 2. And you never want to concede anything here. Make him earn every yard. There's a quarterback sneak, and he's in. Touchdown. So that time, quarterback sneak. The Hornets did not see that one coming. It was from the 2-yard line, and the Commandos are in for early 7-0 lead. 6-0. Let's see what happens with the extra point. So the Hornets were able to force him into 2 4th downs. 1 4th and 5 at the 50. That aggressive play call by their coaching staff led to the touchdown here. So since they were able to convert, turns out that was a great call. If the Hornets took over at the 50-yard line, people would have been second-guessing that one. The extra point's good, so 7-0 Cassia. Early here. All right. All right, well, we got youth cheerleader and football night, so we'll just check out the cheerleaders real fast while we're waiting for the kickoff. All right, great job by the young cheerleaders tonight. And like I was saying earlier, the Vinita High School cheerleaders have had cheer clinic with these girls all week long after school, and they did a great job. A lot of fun was had. All right, here's the kickoff. That one's a lot better. Drives Pogue back to the 11. Here he comes. Let's see. He's got a man to beat. Gets past the first one, gets taken down by the second one right about the 24, 25-yard line. So the officials likely to spot this at the 25 if the trend continues of trying to line it up right on a... Oh, they're going to give us a 26. So here we go. Hornets with their second drive of the day. Yet to pick up a first down. There's a handoff to Williams. He has a hole, and he's going to get 4. So a quick hitter up the middle. They faked the end around, gave it to Jamison Williams, the big sophomore running back and defensive end for the Hornets. And he picks up 4. bruising yards right up the middle. 2nd and 6. The Hornets will take 4 on first down. And the Hornets would really like to be able to control the clock on the ground. That's the game plan. Easier said than done, but that is definitely the game plan. The Hornets would like to just muscle them up front. There's DJ Smith in motion. Trey Tanner looking to pass. It looked like a called run. Oh, that was a face mask, and they called it. So that's going to give us 15. So that was a called quarterback run. You could tell by the way the linemen were getting out to run block there. Trey stood back for a minute and tried to sell the fake. And but with the linemen aggressively pulling to get ahead and run block, just didn't quite mesh up. So the Commandos were able to suss out that it was a QB run. However, the shiftiness of the Hornet QB beats the first man. He's not disciplined. He reaches up, grabs a face mask, and that's a first down for the Hornets. So still a positive play there for the Hornets. And our first down of the game, we're up to the 37-yard line. So here we go. Handoff to Williams, and he's got a hole. Runs over a man, and he's going to go for 5.5 on first down. Great blocking by the Hornet line up front. Give those big men a lot of credit there. Let's see if I can figure out everybody that's out there without... It's hard to see the roster in the dark up here. So looks like Dawson Henderson's in the game. Looks like Trapper Christie. There is a little bit of confusion with the mesh, but still a nice run by Williams, and he is right at the first down marker. I think it's going to be 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches here early. I think that's Zach Goss at center. You got Victor Gomez in there. And Logan Floyd. So seniors Henderson and Gomez, sophomores Floyd and Goss, and junior Trapper Christie are the Hornet O-line. I want to say the tight end sniffer position, he's kind of an extra blocker. He's the guy right up behind the tackle. And I that's Trevor Moss out there as the extra blocker. So far, those guys on this drive have done their job. They're going to measure. That's what the timeout's for. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. It's Cash Hall 7, Hornets nothing, but the Hornets are on the move. My eyeball said we're short, but the referees wanted to look at it. Short by 4 inches. So, as Scotty B said, a smidge. 3rd and a smidge. Well, I'm glad to know that the eyes are okay. I guess I can save the money on the eye exam. Okay, so 3rd and a smidge, and you got to think run play here. Although the Hornets have them spread, it's going to be a quarterback sneak. And he's going to have a slight surge, but not much. So, and good news is the Hornet QB kept the power moving. He had to have gotten it. If not on the first effort, the second effort. We only needed a smidge. That was not a favorable... he's going to give him the first down. I was going to say, when the white hat put the ball down and he was trying to put it down where the side judges had marked it, he sure didn't give us any favors on that. You know, they talk about a left foot, right foot spot, you know. He was facing forward, and he didn't give us any benefit there. I can tell you that for sure. Got a handoff to Williams up the middle.
Which one?
It's I'm not turning it up, but let me see who I can tell you. Okay, that's going to bring up a 4th and 3. Off the hands, pretty good throw by the Hornet QB. Had a lot of mustard on it, but it had to, and just couldn't haul it in. So we're going to have a 4th down here. Big play at the Cash Hall 45. We're set up in a punt formation. He does punt it. It's high and angled. Fair catch called for and caught at the 22-yard line. So we do pick up about 25 yards of field position on the punt. So on 4th and 5, the Hornets punt, and the Commandos are going to take over with a long field. Let's see if the Hornets can hold them. Remember, on their first drive, the Commandos scored, but only after going to 4th down twice. If you do scoreboard comparison, this Commando team is very good. So the Hornets definitely have a tall task tonight. So far, 7-0. That drive was a lot more promising. There's a Hornet rush. So they bring him down for no gain. That's going to be, let's see, who was that getting in there for the tackle? In the end, that might have been Dagan Hopkins on the tackle. But Jamison Williams and Logan Floyd both met up in the backfield and flushed the QB. Then Hopkins cleaned him up. So the D-line, the front 3 for the Hornets, big right there, and it's 2nd and 10. Great job. So a real tight formation. They got one receiver out here all by himself. It's going to be a handoff. He gets through the first guy. He's only going to pick up about 2.5. So it's 3rd and a lot at the 26-yard line. And you got to think if the Hornets can hold them here, they're going to get the ball back. So this is a big play. 3rd and 8. Hornets got a home. It's a blitz up the middle. They beat him. He dances forward, dances backward, and he's loose. The Casha Hall wide receiver is loose, and he is quick. He's going to get run down by Isaiah Pogue after a big gain. So the Hornet middle of the defense had a couple of shots at him. That was just a real nice recognition by the Casha Hall quarterback. The Hornets blitzed from the linebacker position from the middle. That created a little bit of extra space in the zone, and that's exactly where the Commando quarterback went with the ball. Once that receiver caught it, then you see that speed and athleticism that they're talking about. Jamison Williams with a great tackle there. He threw off a blocker, brings down the running back by himself for the solo tackle. Put a star by that one. Great play by the Hornets sophomore. They're going to give him a yard. Here we go. It's a boot. He gets loose, beats one man, beats two. He's not going to beat Williams. So nice rush from Trevor Moss and Logan Floyd, and then Jamison cleans him up at the end. Great job. All right, here we go. So the Hornet defense stiffening here deep in their own territory. It's 3rd and 15. It's not a handoff. It's a fake. He's going deep, and he's got him wide open. Touchdown, Commandos. Now, that is how you pull off a fake, folks. The quarterback just sold it. Now, 3rd and 15, you got to be thinking pass, really. But the quarterback He's a magician out there. He really sold the fake really, really well. After he faked the handoff, he just hesitated, didn't do anything. He just watched the running back for a good second, and it was that second that fooled the Hornet safeties. They got the receiver behind him, and it's a touchdown for the Commandos. So, extra point good, and it's 14-0 Cassia Hall here. So, 32 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and Cassia Hall has jumped out to a 14-0 lead. And the Hornets definitely don't want to play from behind here tonight. The Hornets, we got the kickoff. We won the toss, elected to receive the ball. We were hoping to be able to get a ball control drive, maybe put some points on the board early, play from in front. Unfortunately, first drive didn't go so well. Cash got the ball. The first drive for the Commandos, the Hornet defense made them earn it, but they converted 2 fourth downs. Were able to put 7 on the board. The second drive for the Hornets was a lot more of what the coaching staff was looking for. Nice ball control drive. Moved the ball from their own 25 to the Cassia 40. In the end, they did have to punt. We just elected to play field position. Here comes Pogue. Let's see if he gets a crease or not. Good job by the Commandos coverage unit. So with 25 seconds to go, the Hornets are going to take over on the, let's see where they mark it. It's going to be somewhere around the 30-yard line. 32-yard line for the Hornets. So the Hornets are down 14, and if we want to make this a ball game, we're going to need to do something with this possession. 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. Starting at the 32-yard line. So here we go. The Hornets are looking to the sideline. They got the offensive coaches, Coach Inyart and Coach Kirk, signaling. One of those guys is signaling the play. The other guy is a dummy. Now, I like them both, so I'm not going to say which one I think is the dummy. But anyway, the Commandos stacked that one up, and I have a feeling the Hornets are going to go into the quarter there. So it'll be 2nd and 10 when we return to action. The end of one. Let's check out the Hornet cheerleaders here at the quarter. After one, Cassia 14, Hornets 0. Looks like they're getting lined up. We got the school song going. Blue Pied band director, Mr. Matt Young, is a little under the weather. He can't be with us today, so you know it's more than a little under the weather if he misses a game. So best wishes to Matt Young on a quick recovery. All right, here we go. So back to the action. Nothing doing on the first play. Let's see what the Hornet coach has cooked up. Looks like we got stacks on both sides. 4 wide receiver, 1 running back. It's a handoff, ton of penetration. So the Commandos weren't buying that the Hornets were running. The Hornets tried to spread them out, soften up the middle, but the Commandos sent everybody there. And the Hornets lost a yard. So 2 running plays, nothing doing, 3rd and 11. And now the Hornets are backed up here. They're really going to need something special if they can convert this first down. All right, here we go. Twin receivers both sides. Man in motion, Smith. Trey Tanner out. Let's see. He's got a man. It's going to pick up about 6 yards, but on 3rd and 11, just not going to do it. Really nice sliding catch by Zayden Allen. senior wide receiver. 4th and 5 here from their own 37-yard line, and the Hornets are going to send in the punt team. So this is going to be a traditional punt team. The Hornet punter is Isaiah Pogue. Nice snap. Good punt. Driving. Catches it at the 25, but he's got room. Let's see what happens on the coverage. Good blocking. And that was just an example of out-kicking your coverage. Nice deep kick by Pogue, but it was right down the middle. That gave the Commandos plenty of room to return it, and they're going to get all the way to the Hornet 45-yard line. So in the end, the Hornets only net about 7 yards on the punt. So about a 30-yard return by the Commandos. And they're back in business, so the Hornet defense is going to have to do something special here, down 14. So 10:34 to go in the second quarter. And so far, defensive player of the day has got to be Jamison Williams. He made a couple of really nice plays on the last drive. The Cashy QB just made a real beautiful play-action fake, and the Hornet safeties bought it. Touchdown, Casha Hall on 3rd and 15. All right, fake, looking for the double move. That was a little too cute. They were looking for a fake swing pass and some sort of a screen setup back to the right. That one looked like the Cashy Hall coaching staff saw that one on Sunday afternoon and thought it might look nice if they ran it. There is a fake, and great job by Vargas to recover. I don't think anybody in the stadium knew, including the quarterback, that he was going to run that around the other side. I actually think he wanted to pitch the ball to the running back. The whole Commando team blocked for the sweet toss. At the last second, the QB pulled it down and sprinted the opposite direction. The Hornet Jr., Colby Vargas, read it and chopped him down after a gain of 1. There's a false start, and it's going to be 3rd and 14 for the Commandos. So the Commandos are in danger of spoiling some really nice field position. The Hornet defense so far has stood strong. Incomplete pass, 1-yard gain on the quarterback run. Now penalty. That brings up 3rd and 14 right about midfield. Here's the snap, looking to throw. There's a hold right in the middle, and they called it. Let's see how much he picks up, see if the Hornets are going to accept that or not. So that's going to lead a 4th and 6, and I'm going to say the Hornet coaches are going to take this one. 4th and 6 is no guarantee here. They've already picked up 4th down multiple times. That's sophomore Dagan Hopkins, a little banged up. Looked like he got an ankle dinged. They're going to come out and check him out. The Hornets are going to take the penalty and back him up 10. That was Hornet Jr. linebacker Trevor Moss on the rush, and he absolutely beat the lineman responsible for blocking him, and the guy just reached out and tackled him before he could get to the quarterback. They're going to call that every time. So that moves the Commandos all the way back to their own 41. So they took over at the Hornet 45, all the way back to their own 41. Hornet coaching staff are looking at Hopkins. Hopefully he's fine. A little bit of a limp getting up. So we'll pause for a moment while they check him out. 9:41 to go in the second quarter. Cash of 14, Vinita 0. Now, they're going to let Hopkins hop it off. Last week, one of the Hornet coaches got tired of one of his players with the cramp. Now, Hopkins, he's a tough kid, and it's not a cramp this early in the game. We really hope that he's going to be okay. He's obviously in some pain with the right ankle sprain. But a player who shall not be named was carried by one of the Hornet coaches for a while, and that dutifully shamed him into walking off the field after he got attended to for a cramp. Here comes the pass rush, and he's thrown down. That's Logan Floyd, and the Commandos have gone nowhere but backwards. Back. After the big punt return to the Hornet 45, the Commandos are going to net negative, 10, 20, 23 yards in 3 plays after the penalties. And the sacks, Logan Floyd, great job, big fella. So they're going to punt. Hornets have 2 men deep. Let's see what the punter here does. It's a deep kick. Pogue catches it. Got 1 man to beat. He beats him. He's got some room up to the 45. So the Hornets are going to take over exactly where the Commandos took over, which is the Hornet 45-yard line. What a nice stand by the Hornet defense, and really had to, right? There was no option there. If the Hornets don't stand tall right there, this game is going to be over in a hurry. So great job by the Hornet defense. Back, and they're actually going to take over at the 47-yard line, so they're going to net a couple on that. Nice return by the Hornet sophomore, Isaiah Pogue. And he's quick, folks. If he gets in an open field, I don't know if the Commandos have a guy who can catch him, and that's saying something. Jamison looking for a hole. Nothing there. Good job by the Commando defense. So strong up front that time, the Commandos were. And the Hornets are going to gain a tough yard by Jamison. All right, here come the Hornets. 2nd and 9, 8:18 to go. Shotgun, looking to pass, double move. He's got a man deep. It's caught. Is it inbounds? It's out of bounds. Now, okay, look. Do you see where the referee was? The side judge, the man responsible for looking at that, he barely moved. He made that call from 2 yards downfield, making a judgment on a 35-yard pass. We wouldn't mind a little hustle there, get in a better position to make a good call there. Might have been, he does have a better view than I do. I'm just saying, you got to hustle and get in position to make that call, and he wasn't. There's a nice, okay, so just high from the Hornet QB, the intended receiver, Carson Osborne, not the tallest of young men. And so it's going to be 4th down and 9, 8:02 to go in the second quarter. We're at the 48-yard line, 4th and 9. The Hornets have been conservative so far on these. We've went ahead and played field position and punted it away. And it looks like we're going to do it again. All right, it's time. It's the Hornet QB. His job is to kick it to the sideline, not down the middle. Picked up with a blocker. Again, they've got room to run. So that did net a few more yards that time. That we're going to net about 10 yards after the return. So the Commandos are going to take over at the 47-yard line. 42, my bad. It was a 10-yard flip of field there. So Cassia Hall 42. Last drive, they didn't go anywhere. 7:51 to go in the second quarter. Cassia 14, Vinita 0. Let's see if the Hornet defense can stay strong here. Handoff up the middle. He's got room to run. He's going to pick up, let's say, 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1. So, real nice job blocking on the right side of the commando line. Looked like, let's see, junior linebacker Chris Pesich is over there. Looks like not sure who the other cornerback is. Right up the middle that time, and he's going to get about 5 yards on a first down. Let's say Zayden Allen was the other cornerback over there last time on the tackle. So the Hornets are down an interior defensive lineman. Hopkins had to be helped off. And they're going deep. They got a man. And it is a touchdown. So second time they've been able to get the play action. And I'm telling you, the Cassia Hall quarterback is really good at selling it. And their line is really good at blocking it up to give them time. And so that's the second time the Hornets are going to see that on game film. And I'm sure that the coaches are going to talk about it at halftime. You can't get caught with your eyes in the backfield there. And that's the second deep touchdown pass for the Commandos. So 20-0. Extra point pending. Offsides on the Hornet. They stopped the extra point attempt. So 7:21 to go into second quarter, and after the second long touchdown pass of the day for the Commandos, it's 20-0. They declined the penalty, so they didn't want to get any closer. They're going to keep the extra point team on the field, and they kick it through. So 21-0 Cassia Hall. And the Commandos have taken a stranglehold on this game. Now, one ray of sunshine, if there is one right now, and it hasn't been a good first half. But one ray of sunshine is the Hornets had a game 2 weeks ago against Claremore Sequoia. Similar first half. In fact, the score at halftime was 21-0. And the Hornets came out in the second half with their hair on fire and brought the game all the way back to a 21-21 tie. So the Hornets have that in their memory banks, that they have been able to rally and do something with it here. It would be great if we could put some points on the board this possession and put a little belief back into the Hornets, because right now, Cassia Hall, after that one, it was a deflating touchdown here at Memorial Stadium. So, youth football and cheer night. The cheerleaders did a great job cheering in the first quarter. Youth cheerleaders. The youth football team took the field with the Hornets. They were awesome. The junior captain of the day is Adam Mateer, and his twin brother was here to call the coin toss for the Hornets on the field. So that was a great moment today. All right, it's a deep kick. This one's taken by Isaiah Pogue. He was forced sideways this time. He's real dangerous if he can get turned downfield. This time, the coverage unit for the Commandos was had left no gaps, and so he tried to go the long ways, and that didn't work out either. And the Hornets take over at the 20-yard line. That's Ziva, the German exchange student on the Hornet cheerleading squad, being introduced. So it's always fun to have an exchange student get to experience America. Nice. So picked up the first block. The Commandos just have so much speed, so they rallied out to the screen pass really well. Nowlin had to dance around, but he was able to get 4 yards. So nice, strong pass by the Hornet quarterback there. Gave Nowlin time to make a move. 4 yards on first down is all right. That's not a problem. If you can put 4 more on the board on second down. We like our chances on third and short. Look for Colby Vargas here. Let's see what happens. It is a handoff to Vargas, and he's got room, and he's going to pick up probably a first down. Let's see what kind of spot they give him. The one line judge over here with a good spot to the 35, and that's a first down for the Hornet junior linebacker / running back. So 2nd and 6, I expect to see a handoff just about all night long. And at that time, the Hornet line did a great job of blocking it up. All right, so the Hornets got 4 receivers. We got a false start. So that's going to back us up to the 26, and we're going to have to do 1st and 15 here. 6:10 to go. 21-0. So the Hornets with 1 first down so far on this drive. Now the procedure penalty backs them up, and it's going to be 1st and 15. So we're making it hard on ourselves here. We tried to get it back with a hard count. They flinched but didn't jump. Good discipline by the Commandos and the Hornets. There's a timeout. So with 5:47 left in the second quarter, Hornet coaching staff decided, let's go ahead and talk about this one. 1st and 15. They sense that this is a really important drive for the Hornets. So we are in our first fall break. There was no school today. I'm sure the Hornet coaches probably loved that. It's always difficult to wrangle kids on game day when there's no school. As a basketball coach, I'm well familiar with the challenge of, playing a game on a day where there's no school, trying to make sure the kids get out of bed. I'm sure the Hornet coaches met this morning somewhere to have some sort of a team meeting, workout, game plan, something, maybe a breakfast, just to get those kids out of bed and moving so they'd be ready to roll tonight. So the Hornets are also out of school next Thursday and Friday. So fall break this year was split into 2 weeks. Friday this week, Thursday, Friday next week. Let's see what happens here. Osborne catches it, but nowhere to go. So the Commandos played that really well, and the Hornets lost about 3 on that. Tried to get the ball out to the playmaker in space, but the Commandos had 3 guys to our 2, and one of those guys had the ball in his hand, so it was 2 against 1. There's a strong rush, nice touch pass, and it's caught. So a really nice play by Trey Tanner under duress. Nice sportsmanship by the Commando, knocked him on his butt right there. The Commando defensive lineman, big, good-looking athlete. Commandos have several of those on the field. They don't have any just massive young men, like just really huge 300-pounders like Grove did, but everybody out there is fairly big and definitely fast. So a bunch of talent on the field. All right, so 3rd and 14 down the seam, and they're going to judge that was clean, and it's going to be 4th down. So the Hornets were looking for DJ Smith on a seam route, and there wasn't much space to put the ball. The defense played it well. Trey gave him a shot at it, just couldn't quite connect there, and the Hornets are going to punt with 5:05 to go here in the second quarter. So, unfortunately, the Hornets, and really what put us in that bad position was the procedure penalty on 1st down after we picked it up. The Hornets might be going for it here. They're at least looking at it. They are going for it. Let's see how much space Trey has. He's got to make a move, and he's not going to pick it up. So, he took a hard hit there at the end, and he's down. So, Trey had space. There was 1 blocker, 2 Commandos, And they came up and they really put a hit on him. And Trey is woozy. So we hope he bounces back. So the Hornet coaching staff decided to fake the punt that time. The Hornets punt out of that formation. Oh, there's a penalty. There's a penalty. Let's see what it is. I mean, it's back in the spot you would think maybe a holding penalty on the Hornets. I didn't see the indication yet. If it could somehow be against the Commandos, I don't know if it'd be enough to pick up a first down. So they're going to decline the penalty, and the Commandos will take over at 1st and 10. So the Hornet coaching staff thought they could maybe pull a fast one on them, fake the punt on that play. It ended up there was nobody open, but the Commandos were confused except for the guys guarding the receivers. So Trey Tanner decided to scramble back to the other side of the field, and he had some room for a minute. At the last second, the Commandos realized what was up. They closed out the space. There's a broken tackle or two. Going to have to do a better job of not just trying to arm tackle that guy. He picked up 4, so it's going to be 2nd and 6. So the Hornet defense is going to be asked to come up with something special again. Handoff. That time, really nice penetration by Logan Floyd, and his buddies went ahead and cleaned it up. And I see Hopkins back out on the field, so that is really good news. He'll be hobbling this weekend, but at least it's not broken. He's able to play on it, and that's good for the Hornets. The Hornets need him in the middle of the defensive line, especially because it makes us so thin on the offensive line with people playing two ways. Nice find in the middle of the Hornet zone, and just some arm tackles attempted in the secondary. They finally drag him down. 3:40 to go there in the second quarter, and the Commandos will have a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. All right, so here we go. Hornets trying to stiffen here. It's a handoff. He's got some space. He's down to the 4. Looks like Trey Tanner on the tackle, so good to see Trey back out there after the after being dinged up. But the Commandos are about 3 yards from taking a commanding lead in the second quarter. Handoff to the tailback, and he's got the edge. Can Logan catch him? No, he can't. And it's a touchdown for the Commandos and a 27-0 lead here. So the paper said the Commandos were going to be the better team. So far, they've shown to be the better team here in the second quarter. Always going to be a tough task for the Hornets. You know the Hornets are going to keep playing hard, and I expect to see the kids rally. They made me proud every day, in the classroom, out of the classroom, so not down on them at all, but it's been a little overwhelming here in the second quarter here from the Commandos. And, of course, they were given a short field because of the that's going to be a personal foul. They'll assess it on the kickoff. That was just a little late on the part of the Hornets. I don't think it was overly malicious, probably a little bit of frustration. And they're going to get 15 tacked on the kickoff. So the Hornets need halftime to catch their breath and recover. At halftime, the show must go on. The band is going to perform under the direction of just the drum majors. Mr. Young, the band director, if he's listening, shout out to you. I'm going to bring you the halftime show. so you can keep the kids in alignment when you see them on Monday. Hopefully, fully recovered by then. So we're gonna have the halftime show for you. We're gonna show the Palm Squad dance and the halftime perform their competition show. The competition show has done well for the Hornets. The Blue Pride Band went to the Glenpool Marching Band contest, made the finals. Then at finals, they put on their what I would consider to be their best performance of the year, and did a real nice job representing the town of Vinita. So we're going to see them at halftime. It's a pirate-themed show. It's pretty fun. Got some really good solos, so I hope you guys stick around and enjoy the band at halftime. So after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, the Commandos will kick off from the 45. They squib it down the middle, and it's going to be through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Hornets will take over at the 20. So it's 2:44 to go here, and 28-0. The Hornets had one real strong drive, couple of more drives where they were at least able to pick up a first down or so, but no points on the board to show for it. They've tried some quick hitters to the outside, but the Commandos' defense just so fast rallying to it. Handoff up the middle to Williams, runs through it, and that's a 9-yard, 8.5-yard run. Good job by the Hornet O-line that time, opening up a running lane, and Williams, big sophomore, powerful running back, hits the hole. Great job there. So we're in business with 2:27 to go. That's a fumble. So the just a little bit of a tough time with the exchange there on the shotgun snap. It was a little wide. Trey tried to catch it and hand it to Jamison, but it was really snapped in between the two. So that time, Jamison had to turn and run and cover it up. So the Hornets are left with a 3rd and 10. They gave back all the forward progress. I'm reminded of the Reliant K song, Forward Motion. It's harder than it sounds. And that's what it's been like for the Hornets today so far. So the Commandos take the timeout. 28-0. They're not taking anything for granted yet. They're still playing the clock, still trying to put more points on the board here in the second quarter. So the Hornets are going to have 3rd and 10, and if they keep it on the ground, judging off of that, you're going to expect the Commandos coaching staff to call another timeout and try to preserve the clock and give their own team about 2 minutes to see what they can do here at the end of the second quarter. The Hornets are going to look to make them pay, though. You're going to call timeout, and you're going to, play aggressive on defense. The way to... Oh, there's a high snap covered at the 5-yard line. So we had some snap problems here come to bite us, and that one ended up costing us 15 yards as it was over the head. So that's tough. The young man is just done a great job for us since coming in. The sophomore didn't start the year as center. Since he's come in, he's really done a nice job, but the last two just in his head a little bit. And unfortunately for the Hornets, that means we're backed up all the way to the 5-yard line. 4th and 25. So 2:10 to go in the second quarter, and the Hornets at this point are looking to get into halftime without any further damage. So you definitely think this is a legitimate punt here. There's no reason to try to fake it when you need 25 yards. The Commandos have proven to be really stellar in the return game when the ball's been kicked down the middle of the field. So I'm sure the Hornet coaches have talked to whoever's going to punt this and said, listen, you got to kick it to the corner. We can't have a return. So you're going to have to kick it to the corner. Now, the Commandos have 2 guys back, so they're making it really difficult to kick away from. Traditional, you got 1 returner. Here we got 2. It's going to be Trey Tanner. He's going to go for the angled kick. It does go down the middle. and it was low, so he's got room to roam, and he may take it to the house. And it's real close. It's a touchdown. So the one thing we're trying not to do is keep that ball in the middle of the field, and unfortunately, that's exactly where it went. And so the timeouts for the Commandos have paid off here with another touchdown. So that's going to make the score 34-0 here in the second quarter, 1:51 left. Commandos running another player on the field. They had one too few to balk for the kick. Snap's good. Kick's good. So it's 35-0 here. The Cashahall Commandos have come into town, and they have put a stranglehold on the game here with 1:51 to go in the second quarter. Now, the game is out of hand. I'm never going to say never, but a W is looking difficult. But with a young team like the Hornets have, a W is only half the equation. You want to see growth. You want to see maturity. You want to see a willingness to suffer and carry on. You want to see character. And so there's still plenty of opportunity to build on this, to work on yourself, work on your plays, work on your, formations, young players rotating in. There's still plenty to play for here, whether or not the victory is still on the table. But at 35-0, that's looking like a long shot. So the Hornets are going to keep playing hard, and let's see if we can get some positives here. The last 1:51, see if we can get something positive going heading into halftime. Long kick. Vargas fields it at the 10. That was a real nice kick. So their kicker has been inconsistent. Started out the night really with a stinker, but since then he's hit the ball really well. He's made all his extra points. So the Hornet Junior Vargas with a fairly good return all the way out to the 34-yard line, looks like. And that's where the Hornets will take over with 1:37 to go. So coming to the end of the second quarter here, Hornets had the ball one more time. Looks like they're going with Vargas in the backfield this time. Both running backs have had a measure of success, just not enough. That time, Vargas was met by 3 Commandos. There was nothing doing there. So the Commandos are selling out for the run, and nothing doing up front for the Hornets. No gain on the handoff there, and the clock ticks down. And the Hornets are going to try to milk this down and not have any further damage inflicted. So the play clock says 13. Call comes in. Now, the Hornets still going to run the plays. If we can get an explosive play, our MO here will change. That's a 2-yard run for Vargas. So that's not going to change the math. 3rd and 8. And the Hornets will let the clock run down here. 36-35. So the Hornets should be able to take one more snap and put this half to bed. Remember, we're going to bring you the halftime here from Memorial Stadium. So if you have a kid in the band, if you have a daughter, granddaughter, great niece on the Palm Squad, you're going to get to watch it here. So happy to bring that to you. Those kids work so hard, and I look forward to bringing you the halftime show. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, one more handoff. It's Vargas. He's got a hole. Gets about 3. There's a penalty, and clock runs out. Now, technically, the half cannot end on a defensive penalty, and it looked like it might have been a face mask. So if that's true, the Hornets will get one untimed down unless the officials just decide to bring it to halftime. So let's see what happens here. They threw the flag. If you're going to throw the flag, you might as well play the game out. It is a face mask. So that should be an untimed down. So they'll mark it off, and the Hornets will get one more play from about midfield. So it looks like the 44-yard line is where they'll end up after the penalty. No time on the clock. This will end it, barring a defensive penalty again. So let's see if we hand off again. It's a kneel down, and we're going to take it to halftime. So the score at halftime, 35-0, and now we're going to enjoy the Blue Pride Band and the Palm Squad. So here we go. Nice job by the Blue Pride Band. My favorite part of that is to see 3 cheerleaders and a football player out there. You know, kids can do it all. These kids are really talented, and you love it when you see kids who are dedicated to multiple things. These kids in the band, some of them are on the academic bowl team, some of them are in Stuco. We got a football player, we got cheerleaders, and they're out there doing their thing. So great job by the Blue Pride Band today. And I see Mr. Jared Carroll out there helping carry the cymbals. So now Jared graduated last year. He was a excellent trombone player and also a all-state academic bowl player. And later this month, he ships off for his training, and he is going to serve the United States of America in the Space Force. So shout out to Mr. Jared Carroll. And here he is in his last times here in Vinita before he heads off, helping carry the drum pit off the field. So fun to see that. So here we got the Palm Squads taking the field. And they have some really spiffy boots out there today. So this should be fun. I tried to zoom in, but they're on opposite sides of the field, so I guess we'll get it from afar.
We want to take one, two. We'll get a one that was in January, had a touchdown. So we each one game, drawing a man from a obviously, we can see the 20 contact distance, no matter what the team. This week's dinner is in the 25-hour history the Gary's Prime Time. And congratulations to Steve and Ashley Hood. Thank you. Thanks for having that day. Good ball with the touchdown.
Andy, here's your.
Question. Is there any traction on the idea of trunk or treat? Or is that
I would love to do it. I put it out to the football families and not a single person responded.
kind of seems like if a kid is parent, it's helping. You know, like it sucks.
I tried, but literally it was not a single person.
Once again, separation. Reminder for you, you can wait for minutes. You will be on the road next Thursday, coming to Grayhill, kick off 9-7 o'clock. Probably Thursday. It's going to be better than the Hornets. They have to do that over. Next home game for the Hornets is Friday, Halloween. Kick off 9-7 o'clock against Cleveland Thursday. For the next home game. We celebrate Halloween. We ask that you dress up, wear your costume, your guest's favorite, latest costume. Let's follow the school dress code. No masks will be allowed. And it is the Halloween Friday night game of the Hornets hosting Cleveland. The design school will wrap up their home for the rest of the group. Monday, I know it comes down. You have 9 minutes final block. There is 7 by 8.
I knew that was going to be nice. So I would just like, or I would like leave the call, or like you would just be like the camera off to be like doing something. No, I can't.
Now with our trainers, what else going to use?
All right, the Hornets are going to kick off to start the second half. Looks like senior Zayden Allen will do the kicking duties. All right, let's see what the Hornets have for us in store here in the second half. It's up the middle to an empty spot and covered at the 30. So Nowlin was able to find a spot where there was no commandos to cover it, and he hit it perfect. Ball skipped around a couple times, and the commandos ended up just falling on it. So that was perfect. Anytime the ball's rolling around loose on the kickoff, that's what you want. So the commandos will take over at the 30, heading west to east here in the third quarter. So here we go. It's a handoff. And he's churning. Runs through one arm tackle. Ends up picking up about 6 maybe. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 36-yard line. So nice gain on first down by the Commandos running back. Here we go. 2nd and 4. Expect to see the clock running here in the second half. There is something funky going on. Looks like it's probably a procedure penalty. The snap was deflected because the O-lineman was already pulling. So got a head start there, and that's going to cost him 5, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Hornets won't complain about that. So the Hornets in their base 3-4 defense. It's a handoff, a little bit of space, driven backwards. What a nice tackle there by Colby Vargas. And that's what we're talking about. Not an arm tackle. That was a form tackle. Stayed low, put the shoulder into him, wrapped him up, drove him back. So what a nice play by the junior linebacker. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Commandos. So early 3rd down, chance for the Hornets to get off the field in the first drive of the second half. Commandos have 3 wide, and he had a man sitting in the zone, but just missed him, and the Commandos are going to punt. So the Hornets were able to force a wide pass on 3rd down. I'm going to call the Commandos quarterback savvy. He has some savvy to him. He knows how to move the defense around with his eyes and his fakes. And there's a nice punt. Oh, they called it good. And the Hornets covered it. And now there's a penalty on somebody. So in high school, I'm not sure if you have to give any room to catch the punt. Pogue did not call for a fair catch, and the ball and the defender arrived at the exact same time, and he laid him out. So, I mean, Pogue was totally defenseless, but did not call the fair catch. That's another one of those where you just don't know about with high school and pro and college if the rules are all the same. So it is against them. They went ahead and called a personal foul. Now that flag was thrown very late after the Hornets had covered it. I'm not sure if there was something said by a Commando player after it was over that cost them that, or if that was a penalty on the catch itself. So here we go. Hornets are going to take over. One running back, it's Williams. Twin wide receivers each direction. Hand off to Williams. Runs over one guy, but he was going sideways, and he's going to lose a yard. That was one of those play calls where definitely we wanted to go up the middle. Williams didn't see anything there, decided to try to take it outside, but the blocking scheme wasn't set up for that, and the Hornets lost a yard. There's up the middle. He runs him over, almost able to hang on to his feet. He's going to get 5, so that time a much more aggressive cut up the field. And the 5 yards gained for the Hornets are going to bring up a 3rd and 6. So nice strong run there for Williams on 2nd down, 3rd and 6. Here we go. Looks like a throw. It's got a man in the middle. He drops it. And the Hornets have had a case of the drops. The Hornet receivers have not helped the QB out today. That's at least 3 that I've counted that have hit us in the hands and we haven't brought in. And it hasn't just been one guy. But that's not going to move the ball. So unfortunately for the Hornets, we're going to end up punting here. So it's deep down the middle. Fieldable. Let's see. He's got the corner, and he may go. I don't think we're going to catch him. So another touchdown for the Commandos. They have been so dangerous on the punt returns today, and that's just killing the Hornet coaching staff, because I promise you the one thing they've been telling them, and, you know, we had 2 different punters. We have the angled punt by the QB, and then we have the traditional punt. But, you know, the job has been to kick it away from them. And unfortunately, that's twice now that the Commandos have been able to return a punt for a touchdown. So 41-0. And the Commandos look to tack one on here. So a couple of things that hadn't hurt the Hornets in recent weeks. The Hornets been very competitive the last 2-3 weeks, close ball games. And some of the things they had cleaned up from the first couple of weeks of the season was the center quarterback exchange, getting, the punting game. We had a blocked punt for a touchdown. And so that had been cleaned up really well the last 2 or 3 weeks. Tonight, not so much. We've had some difficulties with the center quarterback exchange, and we've had 2 punts returned on us for touchdowns. And so that'll be something to work on. There's definitely plenty to take away from this game that we can improve on. And I can tell you this, the kids are serious about getting better. They're always practicing with a good attitude. They're always working hard for their coaches. And that's all you can ask of these kids, especially on a night like tonight when, they're just outgunned physically. 42-0 here for the Commandos, and we'll look to see a running clock maybe in the fourth quarter and get everybody home without any injuries. That's really right now looks like it's going to be DJ Smith looking for a hole. He's got good blocking, nice move, and DJ's all the way up to the 39-yard line. So DJ, sophomore, with a lot of ability, and he flashed it there. So the Hornets, young guys, still showing what they're capable of. So far, the first drive featured Jamison Williams, and then that return by DJ Smith. So let's see. Back to work for the Hornets. Clock runs. 3 receivers, split to the left. Hand off to Vargas. He's got a hole. And he's going to turn forward, and the Hornet line is helping him, and they're going to get 9-10. Oh, my goodness. Wow. What an effort, and the Hornet faithful love that. So that is the definition of team football. Everybody was in pushing the pile, and the Hornet running back just so strong. He's got tree trunks for legs and would not go down. And then his brothers just pushed him across the first down line. That put a star by that one. That's my favorite play of the day so far. Total team football right there for the Hornets. First down. Another handoff to Vargas. Another good hole. They're trying to strip him. He holds on to it. Strong with the ball. He picks up 5, maybe 6. We're going to give him 5 on first down. So great push by the Hornet O-line. The Commandos know we're trying to run it up the middle, and they haven't been able to stop it on the first 2 plays here on this drive. So, good job by the men up front to get push. They're running behind Trapper Christie. Another great block by Trapper Christie. And something happened with Vargas there. He just slipped because he had some room. Usually he doesn't go down in that situation. I'm telling you, when you watch the replay there, Trapper Christie took his guy and drove him 6 yards, opened up a massive hole on this side. So star that play for the Hornet Junior. The right side of the Hornet line behind Christie and Floyd has been where we've been running it here. And that's a junior and a sophomore. There it is. Vargas hits it up the middle. They're chasing him down. He's going to get caught at the 5-yard line. What a nice run. What good blocking. So right up the middle. That time the Hornets schemed it just right. Everybody got their block. The man in the hole appeared at the same time, which is exactly how you scheme it. And Colby Vargas all the way down to the 5-yard line. So the Hornets are in business now. 5:27 to go in the third quarter, and they're looking for their first points of the day. Definitely the best penetration they've had. Up the middle, Vargas at the 3, at the 2. He's being pushed by his teammates. Once again, won't go down, and they're going to blow the whistle, but he was not tackled. He's just so strong. Moss says, run it again, coach. we got them right where we want them. So the Hornets feeling good about being able to push them around here. Let's see if they can get it in. Handoff. They knifed in that time and cut him down at the 2. So that time they had an unblocked player off the edge. And he was able to cut down Vargas at the 2-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2. So 3rd and goal from the 2, 4:30 to go. Hornets looking to punch it in. I'm fighting with my equipment to get you a decent angle here. As long as they run up the middle, we're going to have it. It's Jamison Williams. He's pushed back. He stays strong. He's going to get a yard, but that's it, and it's going to be 4th and goal. So the Hornets go with the bigger running back, sophomore Jamison Williams. He sticks his nose up in there, and he was able to get a yard and a half, but he needed 2. So it's 4th and goal. Hornets haven't been able to get on the board. They're definitely going for it here. And this would be a nice momentum for the Hornets if they were able to push this in. They got the big package. Jamison, oh, and he is hit at the 1. Great penetration, and he's not going to make it. There was 22 guys within 5 yards of the ball. They were just able to get the penetration they needed and stop the Hornets at the 1-yard line. So a nice drive for the Hornets, just can't produce points, and the Commandos will take over at the 1. All right, well, the good news is we got them backed up. So this is where you look to try to get some penetration, maybe get a safety. Here we go. Let's see what happens. So a momentum play there for the Commandos. Looks like they needed a timeout. Timeout called by the Commandos. They didn't have everybody they needed on the field. So with a 42-0 lead, you'd think the Commandos will be working in some young players that they're trying to get some experience. And that may have been what happened there. They didn't have the right personnel on the field. All right, so the Commandos have figured out what they want to do here. Cassia Hall, one of the favorites to win the district this year. And they haven't shown us any reason to think differently so far tonight. They've got all the big guys up the middle. They're going to do a QB sneak, and they're going to get about 3 yards out of it. So they're up to the 4-yard line. That gives them a little breathing room. All right, here we go. So 2nd and 7. Still backed up inside their own 5. Hornets match big with big. It's a handoff to number 5. He has the corner, and he's going to get about a 15-yard gain all the way out to the, we'll give him almost 20 to the 25 there. Great blocking by the Commandos. So that time they were able to get the edge on the Hornet defense, and once he got the edge, it was nothing but green all the way to the 25-yard line. All right, folks, 1:38 and counting. Commandos with a commanding lead in the third quarter and the ball. They're on their own 25. They took over on the 1-yard line after stopping the Hornets on 4th and goal. So it's a handoff. Good recognition by Hornet freshman Ty Purcell. He filled the hole, made the tackle. Going to be a pickup of 4. So that's a freshman playing linebacker out there. Gain of 3. So good recognition. Filled the hole, made the tackle. Great job by that young man. All right, here we go. Another handoff. That time it was Colby Vargas chopping him down, and it's going to be 3rd and 7. All right. So 3rd and 7, 23 seconds to go. On the, it looks like they don't have to snap the ball again. So I think they're going to go ahead and take it down to the end of the quarter. So it's 42-0 here at the end of 3. We're going to go to the other end and finish this up. It'll be 3rd and 7 when we come back to start the 4th quarter. We'll go to the other side of the field, finish this thing up. It's a scramble, and he's going to pick up the 1st down before he's flung down. So, nice play by the QB. And the Commandos pick it up there on 3rd and 7. So, good scramble, hard tackle at the end, but not until another 1st down. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 39. Handoff up the middle. Has a little bit of room. Pesic in on the tackle. Looks like, let's see who comes up on the bottom of the pile for the Hornets, helping each other up. Jamison Williams was in on it. Dagan Hopkins back in on it. Hopkins had to come off with an ankle injury early. He's played the whole game since, so he gets tough points. No doubt about it. Glad to see he's okay. So 2nd and 7. We're in the 4th quarter. It's going to be a QB keeper. Good penetration by Logan Floyd. His friends were able to get there and clean it up. Looks like Trey Tanner, DJ Smith, Trevor Moss in on the tackle. So good job. Good penetration by Logan Floyd. Forced him out wider than he wanted to go. Even though he couldn't make the tackle. Opened up the lanes for all his buddies. The linebacking core arrived. And it's going to be 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4, under 10 minutes to go. Commandos in control of the game with the ball. It's going to be a swing pass. Smith sees it, but he can't get out to make the tackle, and that guy's got moves and wheels. Couple of Hornets left grasping for air. There is a... Well, the Commandos got athletes all over the field. That's, Tulsa private school. They're going to have athletes, and that kid with a real nice juke there, give him credit, and he's down to the 41-yard line, so... All right. So, Commandos driving down to the 41-yard line. Looks like we got a timeout. Timeout, Cassia Hall. They're going to talk about it. They got their young guys in the game. They're trying to make sure everybody's on the right page. So, Hornet coaching staff gets to bring their guys over and coach them up. $8:53 to go here. Good job by the Blue Pride band. Looks like they got maybe Paranoid, sounds like, coming down. Sounds of football. The drum majors are running the show today, so shout out to Zarek Hitchcock and Isaac Burks, both seniors. Smart kids, both on the academic bowl team. And they did a great job tonight running the show for the band. It's a handoff. Good penetration by Logan Floyd. And it's going to lose about 3 yards. So he just whooped his man and made the tackle. So cleaned up at the end by his buddies, but that was all Logan Floyd there. So put a star on that one. That's a nice play. And that lineman doesn't want any piece of him. Here we go. That is deflected up in the air off the hands of number 2. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 12. So that time it was the Commandos with the case of the drops. Clock runs, under 8 minutes to go. 4th quarter. Trying to get everybody to the next week healthy. Try to get a little momentum, something positive, something to feel good about. There's plenty to work on. There's no doubt about that for the Hornets. It's always going to be a tough matchup when you saw Cassia Hall on the schedule this week. So it's a sweep, good cutback lane. So nice instincts running the ball there. He's going to come up just shy. It's going to be 4th down and 4th and a half a yard. You think he's probably going to go for it. So we'll find out. One of the key plays in this game was the first drive of the game for the Commandos. The Hornets had them at 4th and 5 at midfield. And the Commandos tried to draw the Hornets offside, couldn't get them offsides, and they went ahead and ran a play. And they were able to pick up 20 yards. Later, they converted a 4th and 1. That one, let's see what happens here. Can Floyd chase him down? He does. And wow, it gave him a really kind spot at 42-0. I don't know why you're giving him a kind spot, but great job by Logan Floyd chasing him down, and it's going to be really close. Only based off the spot. We're going to find out. They're going to measure it. The Hornet faithful in the stadium, definitely on my side of things here. That seemed like an awful kind spot. I believe the word terrible was used. It's still short, though. My eyes tell me it's short. Come on, the eye doctors, don't fail me now. That's short. Oh, they're looking at it long and hard. It's short. Hornets take over. The good Lord bless me with good eyes, folks. I'll tell you that. I'm going to take credit. We don't need the officials. I could just tell you if it was a first down or not. All right, so the Hornets hold And that was with the benefit of the kindest spot of the night, and they still couldn't get it. So the Hornets take over. 6:22 to go. Let's see, it may have been 2 drives ago, but the Hornets might have been the last drive. Lots happened since then, but the Hornets drove down all the way to the 1-yard line and just couldn't punch it in. So we'll see if the Hornets can have success again. All right, here we go. Carson Osborne pulls it. There's a little RPO. So he faked it up the middle, goes outside, decides to throw it. A little hot and a little high. Pass incomplete. So we got Hornet sophomore Carson Osborne in the game, playing quarterback. You got Ty Purcell at running back, Hornet freshman. Receivers are Smiley, Stoneberger, and Moss. So Hornets going with the young lineup here. It's Purcell. He dances in the hole. Good job by the young lineman. I wish I knew all their names just off of the numbers and everything, but I haven't been able to catch any JV games this year. I know one young lineman that I know the Hornet coaches are excited about is Hartley, and he's a freshman, and looks like he's in there paving the way. So here we go. We get the play call. Hornets moving the ball. Hand off to Purcell. Stretches forward and gets the first down. So good job, young men. And I mean young men. These are the puppies in here now. Looking to get some experience. 4:39 and counting in this game. Sure, we got Cooper Kennedy out there, young lineman they're also excited about. And the O-line, these puppies have done a good job. This young O-line, all of them. Like I said, I wish I knew all their names, but they're doing a good job. Another handoff. Purcell, strong run. See if he gets any help from his friends. Gets 4. So Ty Purcell, he's been playing linebacker all day against the Wands of Cassia Hall. He's not afraid to stick his nose in there. Hornet coaches love his IQ and his toughness. And in fact, I think a quote from last week was that they'd take 22 of him if they could clone him. So bright future for that young man. Kid who plays hard, smart, does all the right things. So good to see him in the game getting some carries. That time, nowhere to go. So one too many to the well for the Hornets. 3:24 and counting. We're about to put this baby to bed here, folks. So big win for the Commandos here at LP Williams Field Memorial Stadium. Beautiful night. Hornets looking to get on the board and avoid the shutout. It's going to be up to the puppies if they're going to do it. Osborne's going to throw. And another drop by a Hornet receiver. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And will the Hornets go for it or will they punt? You're going to let the kids have a shot at it? 2:45 and counting. Looks like 3rd down according to the sticks, so I'm off by 1. No, they're going to bring out the punt team, so I think maybe it is 4th down. So the Hornets bring out the punt team here. 4th down, 6 to go. Just couldn't hang on to the pass. Let's see if we can cover the punt here. Good snap. Good kick. It's high. Now, see, that one had the hang time. We could get down and cover it. So now the Hornets touch it. 2:02 to go, and the Commandos are going to take over. So unless a turnover happens, it will be a shutout, unfortunately, for the Hornets here today. So deepest penetration for the Hornets was to the 1-yard line, but couldn't hit pay dirt. Now the defense comes out. 1:59 on the clock. Should be a running clock. You'd think, barring a real long play here or a turnover, we're going to see the game counted out here. Handoff up the middle. It's picked up. Good job in the middle. 55. That's Evan Gunn making the play. Maybe. Might not be Gunn. I think Gunn might be 88. So good job by whoever number 55 is. Trent Bible. Thank you. The assist from the Hornet film crew. Rolled him up there. 105. It's going to be third down. 1 minute to go. Under a minute to go. See Travion Ricky in there. I see James Stoneberger. Smiley's back in there. There's a handoff. Bible chases him down and gets him in the backfield. So put some stars for that young man. He played big, and that's probably going to be the last play of the game. So Commanders go to midfield. We're going to shake hands. See a good display of sportsmanship here. So that's going to be it. 42-0 here tonight. Commandos take it. And we'll see you next week.